Well, today's a beautiful spring day, so I just got done, like so many other people in my neighborhood, cutting the grass and treating for weeds, and in the middle of this never-ending battle with getting rid of the weeds and making my grass look beautiful. And it made me remember this parable from Jesus where he talks about the wheat and the weeds growing together, and he uses this illustration to say, like, there's this field with beautiful wheat growing in it, and then all of a sudden these weeds begin to pop up, and the servants are asking the master, where did these weeds come from? Didn't you plant good grass, good wheat? And the master in the parable says, no, someone else did this, an enemy did this. And so they go to the master and they ask, well, do you want us to rip up the weeds as we go along? And he tells them no. And Jesus makes the point in this parable, to leave the wheat and the weeds growing together because he doesn't want to endanger the wheat. And there's a few things that Jesus is teaching us in this parable. One is that God is not causing evil. It's so hard right now with what we're going through as a world to look at the sufferings and the brokenness and the pain that is happening and wonder what's going on, why is this happening? And so Jesus is teaching us, one, God is not causing this evil. And the other thing that he's teaching us is allowing the wheat and the weeds to grow together, is that even though there are weeds growing, even though there is brokenness and pain and suffering going on in the world, there's also the wheat growing. There's also still good happening in the world, and that you and I as servants of Jesus have an opportunity to show that love, to serve and to do good in the world. And so even though we're looking at the world and we see all of these weeds growing up in it, even though I feel like I'm never going to get my yard looking like a prize-winning yard because the weeds will never go away, there's still good grass in my yard. There's still good in the world. And so Jesus is teaching his followers, yes, there is evil in the world, there's brokenness, there's sin, there's pain and suffering in the world, but we still have an opportunity to grow wheat, to do good, to show love, to share the gospel and the love of Jesus with people. And so I hope and pray that you're encouraged that despite the weeds, despite the pain and the suffering, the brokenness of the world, that we would also see the good that God is still doing in our lives and in the lives of all people, and that we as his followers have an opportunity to grow the wheat, to grow the good, and to plant seeds of love and kindness and gentleness, and that we have an opportunity to share the love of God with people all around us. God's peace to you.